I
Yeah.
was gonna ask you too, when you're doing the Rolling Thunder, is there a moment too when you kind of realize like, oh, this is not gonna be as good as I think it was? Or like it and then it turns out that way? Or is there a moment or because it sounds like it is kind of like, hey, you're going by it and the moment happens and you might not be aware of it, but are you aware of it at a certain point where you're like, this is not gonna be a good one? Or
It's inconsistent, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's not so much about not being as good or whatever, but sometimes like I'll see that I'm going to land right on his face, and I'll go ahead and bridge and distribute my weight so that I'm not going to break his nose.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I think I talked about this before, but like when I was in Impact the first time around, like 2010, 11, 12, I got to where I would roll and I would jump up and I would hit the thumbs and I would try to pause and then tuck real quick. And and I started like landing like bam on the back of my head, like right on the guy. And after doing that a few times, then I gave that up. But I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know until I hit because it's like, I'm tucking with everything I got, trying hard as I can to roll. Sometimes I would make it, and then other times I'm like, damn, maybe I didn't tuck soon enough, or I thought that I was at the height of my jump too late, or I don't know. But I think overall that the Rolling Thunder is always fairly inconsistent for me because um, as long as I can remember doing it, even back in ECW when Sabu would jump over the top rope and do the leg drop to the guy at the same time. Obviously, I couldn't hit his face because Sabu had from his neck up, so I'd have to aim lower. But I mean, sometimes I'd hit him on his legs, sometimes his chest, whatever. Sometimes my legs hit the ropes, and but I like that. It adds a lot of action to it.
And that's the thing too, is like with wrestling, it's gonna be rough. It's supposed to look rough. So you're not gonna like if you hit the legs, it's kind of not that big of a deal because it's just
I'm
like
not
boom,
trying to look like a gymnast because I'm
right?
not.
And it's not gonna be picture perfect. It's like
Uh,
it's not supposed to be ballet. So